Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. Today I'm not going to have a sewing project for you today. My computer crashed. It's in the shop right now and I'm so upset with that. I just can't stand not having my computer. What I'm going to do today is spend the day just organizing, cleaning, and going through my scrap fabrics. And as you can see, it has piled up and I really need to do something about it because I can't work. When I come in my studio, I can't concentrate on my sewing projects when I know this is stacking up. But I wanted to take you along to show you my process, how I store my fabric stash, and hopefully offer you some tips. And if you have a way that you like to store your fabric stash, or if you have certain tips that you'd like to offer, let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear them. Yeah, we have a lot to go through today. And usually I like to go to the Dollar Tree and get these little canvas boxes for $1 to store my fabric scraps in. And I like to use, let me get them real quick. Okay, and I like to use these little baby plastic rubber bands for little girls who have really thin hair, and I like to use the heavy-duty rubber bands for my scraps. So that's what I'm going to be using. And of course I have my fabric scissors, and let me move this aside. And I also have a trash can that anytime I'm working on a sewing project, anytime I have like little stringy scraps, I don't throw anything away. Those are so good for batting, or what do you even call that? I'm spacing out right now because of this darn weather here in Texas. Just stuffing. Do you know what I mean? Just stuffing for pillows or stuffed animals, things of that nature. Okay, let me go and get it. I'm so sorry, I'm a complete mess today. So I always have a trash can around. That way I can just toss it in there and it's really convenient. And whenever it gets full, let me go and get it. Okay, so when it's full, I have these white, they're called food containers. I got them off of Amazon and they're really deep. They're 5 gallons. They hold 5 gallons. And what I do is I fill my trash can up and then I dump it in my gallon tub, put the lid on it, and I store it in here. Whenever I need to use it, I know where to find it. I love to save my fabric scraps because I always know I'm going to use them. But if you are a fabric hoarder, and you know what I'm talking about, if you've had your fabrics sitting in your drawer or your basket for years and you haven't touched them, looked at them, or planned anything with them, it's time to give them away to another home. Just donate them. You can donate them to Goodwill. You can sell them at a garage sale. And there's so many things that you can do with scraps. You can make kitchen accessories, bathroom accessories. You can make cute little trinkets for your iPad, your iPhone. You can make patchwork tops. I mean, there's so many things that you can do. It's pretty much endless, the possibilities. Okay guys, we're gonna go ahead and get started. I'm going to place you overhead. Okay, now, so I'm just going to briefly go over what I do with my fabric scraps, and then once I am finished explaining, I will take you on a time lapse and see you again at the end of the video. So I hope you'll enjoy. So I like to organize my scraps by separating the bigger pieces from the smaller pieces. And also, if I find an odd shape scrap that has, you know, stringy or long strips like this piece right here, I'll just go ahead and cut it. These are really good for making ruffles for something, or even bias, like small bias tape or trim. When I come across scraps that have either oddly shaped points or something that I know that I won't use in the future, I'll go ahead and throw it in the fiber fill bin. Remember, these don't go to waste. I use them to fill pillows and other sewing projects. Then once I have all of the pieces separated, I'll go ahead and roll it up and tie it with a rubber band, and I'll place it in one of the boxes of scraps, either the big or the small or the drop cloth box. I'm going to go ahead and start the time lapse. Don't go away. I'm going to go ahead and empty out my fabric scrap basket, and I'll see you here in just a minute. Okay, I finished rolling all of my fabric scraps, and it took quite a bit of time. And the fabrics that I know I will use right away, I will go ahead and repack back into my basket. Of course, I'm going to use most of my drop cloth right away, since I love working with drop cloth. There's a lot of fabric scraps, and I may not use all of them. So what I'll do now is, now that it's organized, I will go through it once again, and the fabrics that I know I won't be using, I'll go ahead and donate them to someone who will love them. Now I'm finished. I've gone through all of my scraps, and this is my keep stash right here. And this stash that I have here, it's rolled up, ready to go for either donations or for my granddaughters whenever they decide to work on another sewing project with their Mimi. So we'll have to play it by ear. I'll have to have the girls go through the fabric stash to choose the ones that they want, and the ones that they don't want, those will be donated. So that's it for today. Alright guys, thank you so much for joining me on this yucky rainy day here in Texas. I hope you enjoyed the fabric stash process, and if you walked away with any tips, let me know in the comments. If you have any tips to share, I would love to hear about them, and I will see you next week.